More than 300 households have already called the City of Montreal's helpline in need of a place to stay ahead of moving day. The housing crisis has been raging for years, but some renters have told me that this year the rental market is just brutal. Landlords illegally asking for more than 1 month's deposit, unaffordable housing, and just rampant forms of discrimination. I spoke with one woman who has been spending hours and hours every day looking for an apartment for her and her autistic son.
I went on Facebook Marketplace. I've been through louer.com, Kijiji. You have to write like who you are, what are you about, what are you looking for. You don't smoke, you don't do drugs. But then as soon as you say social aid, as soon as you say autistic child or just a child, they say no.
Montreal's Municipal Housing Office says it's got an emergency service to help people like Akerlee find a home. If you're at risk of ending up on the street, you can call 311. An agent will analyze your case and support you in your search. People with low income and in other vulnerable situations are a priority. Akerlee says she has reached out to them, but it hasn't been easy.
I called 211. 211 said, no, you need to call 311. So I called 311. They tell me, call 211. I was almost crying then, and I was like, okay, don't crack, keep going. So then they gave me resources, and all of them are like, we're full, and we do have a waiting list, but we're not taking anyone else because it's full.
The Municipal Housing Office says no one will end up on the street. If you really can't find a place to live by the end of your lease, the city will find you temporary emergency shelter. It can also cover the cost of moving and storage of your belongings.
It's good that those emergency services are in place.
But this community organizer says some people just slip through the cracks.
They're staying with friends, they're staying with family members, they're crashing on couches, where maybe they're not on the street, but for all intents and purposes, they are still unhoused, they're still in tenuous situations, they still do not have access to long-term housing, and those are often people in situations that the city is not helping.
Darwish says the long-term solution to this housing crisis is more structural changes. They include rent control, more stricter rules against rent evictions, and more social housing.